Do I make more money from YouTube or from selling print on demand? Now, one of these businesses makes me way more money than most people think. And after you see the full breakdown, some of you might be shocked and some of you just might see where the real opportunity is right now. My name is Meg Heckman, and over the last 5 years, I've done over $7 million in Shopify print on demand sales. And 2 years ago, I started documenting my journey and teaching others about my experience with Shopify print on demand here on YouTube. But here's the thing, I've been getting similar kinds of comments on my recent videos, like print on demand doesn't work unless you are an influencer with a large following, or this one, when people make YouTube videos, they aren't actually running that business. Why make videos when you're clearly just working on YouTube? So I'm here to break it down. And here's how this video is going to work. I'm going to show you the numbers across the exact same time period. So we'll be looking at information from July 1st of 2024 all the way to July 1st of 2025 across both businesses. I'll break down the revenue, the costs, and most importantly, the profit from both business models. And from there, we'll dive into the real pros and cons of each business. Now, my goal is by the end of this video that you'll know which one is actually worth your time and which one might just be wasting it. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the business that kicked off my entire journey, which is print on demand. Now, the numbers that you are looking at on this Excalibur board are from my current Shopify print on demand brand, which I launched in July of 2023. So it's now been 2 years that I have been running this store. Now, what you're seeing here is a full 12-month breakdown, like I said, from July 1st of 2024 all the way to July 1st of 2025. These are all numbers that have been pulled from various dashboards, which I've included in this board as well. So let's talk through the total revenue that this brand did, what my costs are for the entire year to run this brand, and most importantly, we'll then dive into the profit. So let's take a look at this brand. So as you can see, we have our total gross sales, our shipping, we remove discounts and returns, and then we also have tax collected. So all of that comes out to $1,280,558.97. So that is our revenue for the year. Now, on top of that, that is just across the Shopify store, which I have that dashboard and all those numbers broken down here. As you can see, we did grow from the previous year, which is always fantastic. Now, other income that I have from the brand comes from printer refunds because I do so much volume with Printify. They give me a 5% rebate on my orders, as well as credit card rewards that were earned throughout the year. So all of that is included as well. So total, all the money that has come into the business over the past 12 months comes to $1,320,123.59. So that is our total starting number. That is the amount of revenue that my business did over the year. Now we get into the costs, which I'm sure some of these costs may be shocking to some people. The first being Facebook ad spend. So as you can see, we have our Facebook ad spend over the last 12 months. We have spent over $500,000 on Facebook ads. When you look at the total percentage that this makes up, it's roughly 38%, which is definitely high. We are working on getting the cost of our ads down. I prefer that number to be closer to 30%. So it just goes to show there's room that we need to kind of clean up our ad account with. Now, our printer invoice came out to $534,890.61. That is at a 41% cost of goods. So cost of goods is always going to be our most expensive area of the business. It's always going to be the largest cost that we have as print on demand sellers. Now, ways that I could make more margin would be if I just got inventory printed and shipped somewhere, and then we kind of, divvy it out because we can be doing screen printing. Now, that comes with more headache. So there are moves that we can make on this business in regards to that. But overall, we're going to be sticking with the print on demand model just because it takes the headache out of everything. Now we have Google ad spend, which is around $12,000. Nothing too crazy. We have $4,000 in PayPal fees and over $60,000 in Shopify fees over the past 12 months. So our total total costs come to $1,119,143.02. And then we also have to factor in our overhead. Now, overhead is like our apps, our subscriptions, basically things that don't have variable costs. So depending on like how our Facebook ads are running, like that determines if we're going to spend more or less. But our overhead is pretty, like it's consistent. These are the consistent costs that are month over month. So I've broken down literally every app, every subscription that we use on our brand, as well as the 2 employees that help to run this store as well. So my total monthly cost comes to around $3,700, or a total of $44,000 over the course of the 12 months that this brand has been running, which leaves us with a net profit of $156,112.57, or a 12% profit margin. Now, I always like to be closer to 20%, but anything above 10 is always great. The majority of apparel brands, if you look across the market, the majority of them run at a 3% margin. So a lot has to do with the volume that we're doing. There's definitely ways that we can increase this. That's what we're working on over these next 12 months. So continue to watch if you're looking for those kinds of breakdowns. But a net margin of 12%, I'm definitely happy with. So now that you've seen the total profit, the revenue, kind of all the nooks and crannies of this business, let's talk about the pros and the cons of Shopify print on demand. Now, one of the biggest pros that comes with print on demand is that the brand is the face and you aren't. You don't have to show up on camera and build a personal brand. You can just stay behind the scenes and honestly work from anywhere. If you're somebody who really likes to travel, then print on demand is a great business model for you. It can be 100% remote, and all that you need is a laptop and Wi-Fi. Now, there is solid profit potential, and when the ads are dialed in and the systems are tight, this model can definitely scale with strong margins and not require any middlemen. Now, it's your brand and your customers, your data. There's no platform that owns your audience or ultimately owns you. You're building a real brand. This is something that people can then recognize, trust, and return to. Now, let's talk about the cons of print on demand. There's definitely complexities when you grow and scale. So this means more orders, more back-end chaos, more customer service, and more operations to ultimately manage. Now, it's also not instant success. You have to test, learn ads, iterate, and results definitely take time. It's also got some high responsibility. Every problem is ultimately your problem. There's no one else that's coming in to fix things. And lastly, it's not passive, or at least at the beginning. You have to build real systems before you're capable of just stepping back and having the brand continue to run. So that's the breakdown of my Shopify print on demand brand. That's the good, the tough, and the real numbers behind it. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I definitely want to learn how to build something like this, then you're not alone. That's exactly why I built our free school community that's linked in the description below. The school community has over 51 hours of step-by-step course material, as well as templates and free resources to help you get your Shopify print on demand brand started. Again, it's completely free and it's linked in the description below. Now let's flip the script, because while Shopify runs behind the scenes, YouTube is what most people ultimately see. And for some reason, they assume that's where all the money is. I've been running my YouTube channel for 2 years now, and it was mostly because I noticed a gap in education when it came to print on demand. 90% of videos about print on demand are about the marketplaces, either Etsy or Amazon. Occasionally, you'll see some Redbubble and Teespring in there as well. But something that I noticed specifically with print on demand was that it was lacking in the Shopify side of things. Now, there's plenty of YouTube material out there about Shopify, but mostly from the point of drop shipping. And print on demand, we're building a brand. That's how I've always done it. Building a full brand that we can run for a few years, potentially exit from, versus drop shipping where you are just finding a product and ultimately going on this hamster wheel, doing it time and time again. I think YouTube looks simple from the surface. You post videos, you get paid, but in reality, there's a whole business behind it. And in this board, you're going to see how I've laid everything out. Again, all of this information is from July 1st of 2024 to July 1st of 2025. Now, let's break down the revenue, the costs, and ultimately the profit that I have made from the last year of running my YouTube channel. So let's break down the total income that I get from this business. So we have ad revenue, which is from the advertisements that my channel gets from YouTube because I'm a monetized channel. 2 would be partnerships. So this is working with different brands. They'll pay me to make videos. And then we also have affiliates. So people that click links in my description where I sometimes get an affiliate kickback if they go and sign up or use that service. So total for the entire year came to $24,524.11. So that is the total revenue for my channel. Now I broke down the costs of my channel and ultimately took full time what is happening on my channel alone. So I have my video editor, which came to about $10,000 over the past year. I have my channel manager who helps to make sure all of my videos are ready to be uploaded. She's communicating with the editors and helping to get everything across the finish line. Then I have my thumbnail editor who I paid over $3,000 over the past year. And then I have all of my different subscriptions that I have used over the year. So I tallied all of that up for a total of $12,465.12 in costs. So when we subtract the costs from the total revenue, we are left with $12,058.99. So that's been the entire year. Now, I also took screenshots from my YouTube channel. As you can see, my revenue has recently kind of gone up because I've had videos that have now started performing. So we'll see what happens over the next few months with the channel. And finally, I broke it down by month, like what I made in that ad revenue. So as you can see, February, I made $28. It really wasn't until April that I started making something significant, which was $422. I made $1,100 in May. June, I made $500. And then in July, which is still ongoing, I've made around $900 so far on the YouTube ad revenue side. YouTube is definitely a time investment because this channel is a full-blown full-time in itself. Now, it took a lot of trial and error to figure things out. And honestly, I still feel like my channel is still evolving. I'm trying to kind of find my feet and what people are most interested in and find most helpful. But let's break it down exactly the pros and cons of running a YouTube business. So the pros is that content continues to work. Now, a single video can bring in traffic and revenue for a few months, potentially even a few years. You also build trust at scale. So I'm able to connect with people. I'm building trust. I'm showing that I actually know how to run a Shopify print-on-demand brand. And that trust ultimately turns people into subscribers and potentially members in our free school community. Now, one video can equal multiple income streams. So we can have AdSense, we can get affiliates off of a single video, as well as brand deals. It all stacks up. Now, you're also in full creative control. So you can teach, share, document your journey in your own terms and your own vision. So some people would rather do a vlog style video to show their life and how they run their businesses. And others will do what I'm kind of doing right now, which is considered a talking head video. So you can teach, share, and document exactly how you want to present that information. Now, here are the cons of running a YouTube business. You are ultimately the product. So I am the product and the brand is me. And I have to show up and stay consistent, whether I want to or not. The algorithm can sometimes feel like a roulette. It's kind of similar to, I would say, the marketplaces. You know, I talk about Etsy and how Etsy, you kind of feel like you lose control. And I sometimes have that feeling with YouTube because of the fact I'm relying on an algorithm to pick up different pieces of data on my channel to then push it out to more people in the world. Now, a bad title or a bad thumbnail can tank a video. And I've had that. I've had videos that have gotten, 10,000 plus views, and the next video that goes out gets 800. So it's very much not consistent and it's learning a whole new game. And finally, YouTube has been a really slow start. So I've been at YouTube for 2 years. And for the entire first year, I was not monetized. So I wasn't really bringing in any money. I was actually losing money every single month to get this channel to the point that it is at. And that's something that I don't think many people think about because of the fact I'm not an editor. Like, I wasn't editing my own videos. I wasn't learning a brand new skill besides script writing and being able to present that information here on camera. Most channels take months, if not years, of consistent effort before anything truly clicks. The last thing is that I'm public. People will comment, they will critique, and they will question everything that I say, and that just comes with the territory. I've had people say that my voice is annoying. I've had some people say that I talk too much with my hands. So you have to be somebody who has thick skin to ultimately put yourself out there. So here are my final thoughts with both businesses: the revenue, the costs, the profits, the reality behind running both for some time now. For some of you, this breakdown may have flipped your assumptions. I think a lot of people think all of my money is coming from YouTube, and I clearly don't make anything off of print on demand. But I've done both long enough to say this confidently. Print on demand has given me my total true freedom, and YouTube has given me a voice. Now, if I had to start over, I would still choose print on demand because the skills that you build there are what makes everything else possible. I also believe that the skills that I've learned from print on demand would help me in no matter what business I wanted to go into. So if you're trying to decide between the two, just remember they're completely different games. Print on demand is all about systems and skill, and YouTube is all about trust and showing up for your viewers. Now, they both work, but only if you work them. So let me know in the comments which one you would rather pursue. And if this video kind of flipped the way that you think about content creators versus those that run businesses. And if you're looking for a free community to go through a course, learn all the ins and outs of Shopify print on demand, then click the link in the description below and join my free school community. Other than that, if you could like and subscribe to my channel, it would absolutely mean the world to me, but I'll see you in the next video.